17-year-old male, and I live in a decent part of my city where not many bad things happen and very few homeless people roam. One night, I went out with my swim team to a pizza parlor across town. I knew it would take 2 buses to get home, and my estimated arrival time was 11 p.m. I said goodbye to my friends and began to put my music in and wait for my bus. Another woman was waiting alongside at the stop next to me. She was normal, and we had a quick conversation about when the bus would arrive. Like normal, the bus took me to my second stop. It was now around 10 p.m., and very few cars were driving about. Few strange people passed by occasionally, but I soon got on my bus to get to my last stop home. Now, I live on a cul-de-sac, and the bus stop was 2 blocks away, roughly a 3-minute walk. Not many street lamps lit up where the stop was. Only the lights from nearby stores about half a mile away lit the street. I got off the bus and began walking home. I got an eerie feeling and took out one of my earbuds to examine my surroundings. To my surprise, there was a figure roughly 50 yards behind me. Walking would seem like normal at first, but as I observed them walking, it was almost a weird tiptoeish motion. I brushed it off and walked like normal. I turned around again, and now they were moving faster. I sped up and looked back one more time to see them now running in the same motion. This filled me with fear, and I pulled out my earbuds and began to run. I feared I wouldn't make it due to me still carrying my swim bag and school backpack from after the pizza party. Alas, I turned the corner and used the rest of my energy to get to the door, and knocked as fast as I could to have it open. Before I could even look back, my brother opened the door, confused, and let me in. I looked out the window for several minutes and never saw the figure pass by my cul-de-sac, leading me to believe that they turned around and left. I have no idea why the figure was running at me in such a weird manner, or what their intentions were, but I'm glad I didn't stick around to find out. This all took place a few years ago when I had just turned 18 during South by Southwest. I didn't know how to drive yet at the time, so I had been using the city bus to get around town. I remember my parents met up with me at some point in the day, but I was too tired and told them I would just be riding the bus back home. So I get on my bus, and surprisingly, only a few people were on it, considering it was during a huge festival, but I'm not complaining. I had a window seat behind a man who was probably in his 30s. As the bus arrived at one of its stops, I had my eyes out the window, but I could still see a figure of a tall man in a long black coat and sunglasses get on. Despite all the empty and available seats, I was still silently praying he would sit far away from me, just because I like my own space. However, that wasn't the case. He sat right next to me, on the middle seat, closing me in. I knew this wasn't going to go well. It was a silent ride for a moment, but from the corner of my eye, I could see him Googling multiple things. I couldn't quite make them out though, because I didn't want him to catch me. Next thing I know, he turns and asks me, "So, what are you doing tonight?" I'm just going home to hang out with my friends." You should come to my place instead." No thank you." "Why not? Your friends can come too. I don't know you." At this point, he looks down at his phone for a moment and then hands it over to me. What? "Put your number in it." "No, I don't know you." He took his phone back and went to his home screen, and you would not believe what his background picture was. It was taken from a photo shoot maybe, or maybe from a thumbnail of some porn, but it was a girl giving a blowjob. Absolutely disgusting. And I was so young too, I was so scared what he wanted to do to me, since he probably thought I was younger than 18. The worst part is the guy sitting in front of me turned around to look at us, and I gave him the help eyes, and he just turned around and ignored us. Jesus. Anyway, the fact that I didn't give the man my number or hang out with him seemed to piss him off so much that he threw his stuff across the bus and moved seats, but still staring at me the whole ride. My bus was supposed to stop at my apartments, but I didn't want the man to know where I lived, so I stopped early to go inside a 7-Eleven and hide in there until the bus was long gone. It was one of the most terrifying moments of my life.